Hello, everybody, and welcome to Virtual Bourbon. We've got a fun event tonight. We're going to be going through some barrel picks of Old Forester, always a popular one for barrel picks, and we've got three great ones here. I'll tell you a little bit about these. They are all 90 proof offerings, so that was they used to all be 90 proof, and these are all from that era. So these are ones that I've had for a little bit and just been in my collection, and then decided to put them together since I had three 90 proofers. And I thought, it'll be good to put this together for this event. So competing tonight in no particular order, because we are tasting these blind. And again, all should be the same proof, so that's not going to be any sort of deciding factor. It truly does come down to taste here. So the picks are as follows: Select Six, which is kind of a group up there, Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky. Our buddy Jeff Kaplan is part of that group, and they're kind of a group within a group, I believe. There's the bigger group that's up there that he helps run, and then the Select Six is a smaller group within that group that does a lot of barrel picks and stuff like that. So that's going to be one of them. One, of course, is Liquor Barn, and this was one that I picked up just at Liquor Barn, the noted retailer in Kentucky, mainly centered around Louisville, but they're kind of some all over the state as well. But the big stores are right there in the kind of Louisville area. And then last but not least is one I did participate on. It's called the Heidi birthday pick. Of course, they can't call it birthday. You can't have birthday on a label, not even for a barrel pick. But it's Heidi's B-Day, which we all know what that means. So this one goes back to when I used to be involved, and I used to do barrel picks for Total Wine. My buddy Jim Fosnot, who was dating Heidi at the time, decided to name the pick after her because she couldn't attend. So normally she was doing those things with us. She had a schedule conflict, couldn't make it. So he elected to name it Heidi's B-Day. So, and it was going to be released right about around that time of her birthday. So fun stuff. That's the three that we're going to be tasting. Again, we'll reveal at the end what is what. We're going to go through with the goal tonight of determining which is the best one. So we'll taste all three of them blind. We'll go through the process twice. We'll go through one time where we kind of really delve into tasting notes and stuff like that. We got a pretty big group tonight, so I'll probably split the group in half, asking for input. Though anybody can share at any time if there's something you want to add in. Feel free. You don't have to wait for me to call you out. You can open up your mic, and if there's a tasting note that you want to get stated into the record, we'd love to have that. I think that's what makes these events great, is sharing those types of things. So we'll go through in pretty detail the first time, and then the second time we go through, it'll be higher level. We want to do it again just one more time, because sometimes air does change these things. It can change it for the better or for the worst. Seems like many times it's more than likely it's for the better, but that's not necessarily always the case. And sometimes it just stays the same. So, but we'll go through that second time, and then I'll leave you guys a little bit of time to do some side by side. So be thinking about this as you're going through and tasting. You're going to do two official tastings, and then one if you need to do any side by side stuff to help you rank them. Again, number one being your favorite, two second favorite, three third favorite. That's what ultimately that you're going to be asked to do at the end of this event. And that will help us determine which is the best one. All right. With that being said, we are ready to get started tasting some whiskey. Let's go ahead. We pour one in advance. So that means we've got A sitting there. It's ready to go. Let's pour B and have that one sit for a little bit as we talk about A. So pour B, but leave that one set aside then. We don't need that for the moment. Once you get that done, go ahead and grab A, and that's the one we're going to be talking about here. So we always like to start with those nosing notes first. I'll tell you one, this is strong on the nose. I've got this sitting on the desk in front of me, and I can smell it from here. So I haven't even done any official nosing yet. So
it smells delightful. Shout people.
Get John some cups. All right. Oh yeah, that is very good. There's a lot going on.
I only have two fancy ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to do.
Yeah, get him something fancy. It helps. It helps taste the whiskey. So it needs one more. I would say that that we've got, butterscotch on. I'm picking up there. I do get some banana, which is pretty common taste or nosing or tasting notes when you're talking about Old Forester. That's one that you notice a lot. But caramel. There's a lot going on there. There's even some fruity notes. So
a little bit of orange peel.
Yeah, a little bit of orange. Nice zesty orange. Anybody else getting anything on the nose they want to talk about?
Circus peanuts.
Circus peanuts, yeah, that's good. Ties in
I
with
get
the
the banana, but it's like the fake banana, like
fake banana. Yeah, yeah.
banana runs or
Laffy Taffy banana. Yeah. Banana, cherry. Yeah. Dave and Adina there. What else? Anything on the nose we want to talk about? All right, first one of the night. Let's do a little cheers here. Cheers, gang. Let's see what we got here. Let's get some tasting notes. Here we go. Woohoo. That was good. So, yeah, I mean, boy, it's almost desserty, kind of cake-like. I mean, that's really, really quite nice. And multiple layers of taste. Again, 90 proof. Finish is pretty nice for a 90 proof. I mean, 90 proof is a little bit underproof to what I typically like. But yeah, that's pretty darn nice. What are we getting? Let's start talking about some tasting. I'm going to start on my screen here. This isn't necessarily the same for you guys as it is for me. I found that with Zoom. It's a quirk of Zoom that we don't all have the exact same look, but that's okay. On my screen, the first two people on the screen are Dave and Adina. Dave and Adina, we'll start with you two. What are you getting as you taste this one?
The first thing I said about the taste was I got like some spice cake.
Mm-hmm.
Got the
Okay.
buttery and the baking spices and some brown sugar.
Heck
And,
yeah.
and on the nose, after I nosed it a couple times, I got almost a little hint of hickory off of it,
Okay.
off of the nose.
A little hickory in there even. All right. That's
To me, it
interesting.
tastes a little hotter than the proof. Did you say 90?
It's 90. Yes.
Yeah, I think it tastes hotter than the 90 to me.
Yeah. Which I think is a good thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
I definitely like a little more proof than 90. So that's a good thing. It proofs up a little bit in taste.
Definitely getting the spices there.
Mhm. Yeah. Plenty of spices. Jim, how about you?
On the nose, I did pick up some cherry notes. I mean, I a lot of times I get cherry notes on Old Forester. So I did get some of that on the nose. On the palate, the first thing that hit me was almost like a vanilla white cake. And then kind of as it bled into the finish, I was getting more of like a sassafras on my tongue, you know, kind of that root beer note.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the finish itself.
Yeah. Yep. All right, Mike, how about you, man?
Yeah, I kind of quantify this as like all bourbon on the nose because it just kind of runs the gambit and it's all good and
Yes.
it works well together.
Mhm.
I would almost kind of go like, here it comes. It's like a smoky big red on the palate.
Smoky Big
you know,
Red. Okay.
little bit of oak smoke, maybe, but that big cinnamon and sweet gum kind of flavor.
Okay. All right. Mr. Bill is saying Coca-Cola Cake. Is that what you're getting as you taste this one, Mr. Bill?
Yeah, that's what I'm tasting.
Mm-hmm. I could see that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Mm.
All right. Did we dare? We'll try it to Scott Cochran. Let's see how he does with the bar here. Scott, we'll toss it to you there. See how it goes.
And I think that was
You're muted, man. You were unmuted for a flash, but you went back to mute. So I think there's like a slight delay that he gets.
So this is like I don't want to be alone with this.
I hear. I apologize. For me though, on the nose, I get like ice cake, like I'm being mentioned, and some hot candy. And then on the taste, I get a little bit of orange peel.
Little orange peel. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Thank you. That worked out okay. We got him in there. Mr. Whitlatch. Let's talk to Mr. Bob Whitlatch.
This tastes exactly like it noses. I get a lot of vanilla on the nose, and that comes through even bigger on the palate with the hint of baking spices that somebody else noted.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Yeah. We'll do one more here as we go through. And then, like I said, we'll save everyone else. Or when I didn't call on, we'll call on you for the second one. So we'll go to Ben. Ben, what's going on there, man?
Hey, good evening, y'all. So since Mr. Bill stuck his neck out and actually gave us some tasting notes.
Yeah, how about that?
I like it. I like it. How about that?
I like it.
Yeah, you can take Mr. Bill's saying. So Yeah, he left it out there for anyone to use. So there you go. All right, so that is yeah, it's good. I mean, that is to me, that is definitely falls in the sipper category, which is a great compliment. It is one that that you want to drink, I believe. So without necessarily mixing with anything, though, you could do that, I guess, based on the proof that's coming through there, if that's you're so inclined, but it tastes pretty darn good to me. All right, let's pour C again, just to get ready for later. We're going to pour C, but then we're going to talk about B. B is the one that we're looking to talk about. So let's grab B here. Once you get C into that glass, and let's talk about B. This one's definitely a little lighter on the nose.
You could tell that it's the same DNA, but it's much different.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Anybody getting any nosing notes they want to throw out there?
Oh, and I like it.
No, he likes it. Okay. Okay. He wants to make sure no one else gets that T-shirt from him.
I got vanilla and cherry. I'll
Vanilla
throw
and
it out
cherry.
there.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely get the cherry for sure, and the vanilla. Yeah, because it's again kind of that classic old faux, which falls in the line with that. Just great bourbon notes.
Yeah, I'm getting more of the citrus in this one than the last one.
Okay.
Maybe because the spices of the last one are overpowering.
Yeah.
Citrus.
Okay.
I get the cherry, but it's not Luxardo cherry. It's more like grocery store maraschino.
Grocery store maraschino. Okay, that's not doing it any favors there.
The
ones Grandma used to give you, yeah.
Yeah, big
And your
fat
Shirley
red
Temple,
ones.
and your Shirley Temple. Grandma would make those up, and those 1 jar maraschino cherries, probably your whole childhood in the refrigerator with the same jar. They don't go bad. All right, let's taste this one. See what we got here. Let's get into this. Okay. I mean, very different, different mouthfeel even. I mean, different feeling of proof. I mean, it's good. You've got the notes in there of a lot of the things, like I said, that we talked about last time. It just feels a little bit less to me. I don't know why that is. So a little bit less oak, a little bit less vanilla, a little bit less caramel, but what are you saying there, Scott?
Right.
Almost flat for me for some reason.
Right.
What did you say there, Mike? I didn't
He
catch
said
it.
flat.
Flat. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, I did catch that right then. Yeah, it does feel like a little flat. I don't know why, but yeah. Got it. I didn't know he was proficient in sign language there. Did you see that? All right, Sally, what are your thoughts here? Sally she'll tell it like it is. She'll never sugarcoat one for you. That's why, like in a group thing, like if she'd ever be on like flagship whiskey where we have the distillers on there and they're sitting on there. Never in my life will I throw it to Sally. Never. No, because she'll be like, oh, this tastes like it fell off the back end of a cow. It's hay with manure on top. Oh, good. I'm sure that's what they wanted to hear. Now, what do you think here, though? With no pressure here. There's no one on here.
First of all, I do have enough social awareness that I would not throw somebody's flagship under the bus, right?
Bill didn't.
How much you drank?
I mean, by 9:30, it's okay. This one to me, it's very fruit forward, where the banana is real and it's very overpowering.
Okay. Okay.
Dominant taste for me.
Brad, what about you?
I agree with Sally.
That's probably the smart move to do right there, right? Keeps you out of trouble.
I mean, the first one was big for 90 proofer.
Yeah.
This one is very good.
Right. It's not bad. It's not bad, but it's also not big and bold. Not big and bold.
Not big and bold, right. But it's
Right,
not.
right, right.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, not worthy of a Luxardo cherry, but maraschino for sure.
This is maraschino time. It's
You go with
exciting.
a banana split.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, John, what are your thoughts? Let's go to John.
I'm a simple guy. I like the first one better.
Okay.
Big, it's bourbony. This
Yeah.
one's yeah. We got a little side chat going on, and one of the guys saying he likes B. He said it was his jam, whatever that means.
So the one thing I'll caution you, you never know on the second pass through. We've had people change their mind the second pass through. So we got to see. You're leaning towards A at this point, but we'll see. We still got several more tastings to go here, so we're not going to allow you to lock that in. You're going to have to just keep it open mind.
I gotta say, I wouldn't lock it in because B's got a hard road. It's right there in the middle. It's not at the end where you're, a little further along. It's not at the start where you got that clean palate. So I got to come back to it. No question.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, Nate, how about you?
I like my whiskey a little more like kind of punch in the face a little bit. So that's why the A is like kind of more my style.
Okay.
Especially like, I was talking same side that like, I like that with a little bit on the rocks just because I like a little bit chiller and I think it helps kind of even it out a little bit. But I think B is a great sipping. Like if you didn't have it and you're just going to sip a little glass of it, I think this is great too. It's just different, right? Different. It's like wine. I like different wines for different times a day. Like if I'm going to have this on a hot day or even just like sitting around, it's just different. So
yeah, the first one feels like well suited for, well, not necessarily today in St. Louis because today was warm, but so maybe this one is perfect for today. But normally this time of the year, A feels like it is better. This could be even a grass cutting bourbon here at this point. Yeah, that's the ultimate, right? Everyone, you got a grass.
I just came off the baseball field, so B kind of feels nice, just kind of sipping it through. It's like
that's not bad. No. All right, let's go to Justine next. Justine.
It's good. I get a lot of the same notes, but it's definitely different. It's like if you took A and then maybe put too much water in it to like proof it down. Definitely not as hot, but a lot of tasting notes are kind of similar.
Yeah, I would guess they're because you do get a lot of the same tasting notes as the first one, but it does feel like there's more water added. The other one feels like it's a little bit more, but again, it's exact same proof, both 90 proof. So that's not the difference. Not trying to cheat on anybody here. They're exactly the same, assuming that the bottle is correct, which I would have to assume. That's some pretty serious stuff if it's not. So I don't think they'd mess that up. Scott F.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt the cherry, the like amaretto almost kind of on the nose and kind of lingering on there too, and the sip too. It's good, but I think there's something about A where just kind of it's more of everything going on, just that boldness, which was kind of nice.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Arca.
So I'm the outlier that said B is my jam.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong because it's what you like. Yeah, that's yeah.
When it comes to Scotch, I also like less peaty. I like my Macallans over my Lafroigs, and so that same feel. I definitely get similar notes on both of them, but I like how smooth it is. Just flows nicely in, and so
Yes. It does do that. All right. Last but not least here, we'll go over to Casey. Casey, what are your thoughts here, man?
Yeah, I feel bad because, if we hadn't tasted A, B would be probably, very well received. It's got a very good classic profile. It's got that cherry vanilla cola with a little bit of nutmeg and some confectioner sugar. It's got a thin mouthfeel up front, but then it kind of thickens up and kind of grabs the tongue, and it gives you a nice heat, but not too much heat. So it's right in the 90 proof. I'm the low proof guy of the group, so it's right in that spot where it doesn't blow my sinuses out. So I like it, but A is pretty spectacular.
Okay. Ewald's put in a couple notes here in the chat. Dried citrus on the nose on that one, and then Adina's saying she gets a little bit of Dr. Pepper there. So it's weird that both have had colas it taste put with them, but just different ones. So interesting. And interesting that this one would be the Dr. Pepper, which of course Dr. Pepper would be a little bit, spices in there, whatever. That's versus Coca-Cola, which is, standard cola, not necessarily that profile, but that's what we got. So very good. That's fun stuff. All right, let's move on to C. C is going to be a wild card. We'll get everybody involved in this one since we have 3 tonight. I want to make sure everybody gets their fair say in all this. So we'll go around the horn, as they say, get everybody involved. So, but let's start just together on the nose here. I would say this one fits between the two. This one probably should have been B because it kind of fits between the two. For me, the strength of the nose, the B was pretty soft. This one's not quite as bold as A, but a little bit mellower, but good. And again, hitting on some of the notes we've talked about. These all seem to be somewhat consistent. Again, cherry, I'm getting, like cherry 7-Up to continue on with our soda tie-ins or pop, as some say. But yeah, kind of that for me.
Very pleasant nose. So I mean, you obviously know which one's which. So can you pick out which one was which because you were part of a pick. So
Right.
Can you tell which one was which based on the nosing and tasting that you've done so far? I mean,
Yes. Yeah, I could tell the one that I did right away, but that's because I was involved in it, I guess. And this is my last bottle of it though. So this will be, again, that's what's sad about this stuff. This is the last run with this one, but that's okay.
thanks for sharing.
Yeah. All right. B and C, similar nose, says Scott C. Anything else anybody want to say on this one nose wise before we get into the tasting stuff?
Yeah, it's like I'm having a hard time pinning it down, except for like the circus peanuts. I do get that, and I'm getting a little bit of cherry and some vanilla out of it. But so far, I think I actually like the nose on this one better than the other two.
Okay, fair enough.
Nose wise,
right.
So.
I'm getting some pipe tobacco.
Pipe tobacco, yeah.
Moist pipe tobacco.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting a little bit of mint, like a light mint, like kind of you have those mint flavored toothpicks.
Yeah,
kind of like woody and mint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting that too, Justine. I thought there was like a little grassiness in there, but it's minty, I think.
Mint, okay.
Yeah, for me, it's like a tea leaves.
Yeah, tea leaves maybe. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I'm getting butter rum lifesavers. Just a little bit of that on the nose.
Those are always good.
That's like that. Like that freshly brewed on the stove tea before you throw it outside with all the sugar to bake in the sun, right? That's what it smells like to me.
Oh, sun tea. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. There are spices there. I mean, it's
like
the longer it sits, it's kind of getting a little spicier.
I think the tea hint is the tannins.
Yeah.
Probably the barrel tannins.
Could be.
Yeah, that might be contributing to that tobacco-y smell that I get as well.
Yeah.
The bergamot as well is probably similar.
But all 3 taste moist though.
McNew's not here. You can say that, Let's get some McNew going. All right, let's taste the last one. Here we go. Cheers on this one, gang. Let's see what we got here.
I like it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Does have that minty cooling character to it that kind of, interacts nicely with the burn.
It does. It does have that. And it's again, this one it feels back closer to A on the finish on this one. Yeah, B was, pretty docile. This one's got a little bit of a kick to it. And it's kind of spicy on the end too. Kind of getting some of that spicy.
B was that flagpole. This is lively. It's like you feel it popping on your tongue a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's sweeter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely is. It's very sweet. All right, let's go through. Let's get some input from everybody here. I'm going to start with John G. John G, what are your thoughts here, man?
So for me, this one's a little bit more balanced than the other two.
Okay.
It's just hits all the way around. I think depending on my mood, I might prefer A, but when I want a balanced one, this is probably a better whiskey.
This is yeah, not so far off profile, kind of reeling in a little bit,
Nice
just
and
kind of
even.
everything working for it. Yeah,
That's right. Yeah.
yeah. Update from Lisa at the bar. She does not like B, but again, it's a smoking bar. Whew, I wouldn't want to be there. It's just, I'm a baby now. Well, you think I grew up in that? You know, the restaurants, they have smoking section. I'm in this non-smoking section. Sitting next to me is a guy in the smoking section. I grew up with it. Now it's like I can't take it anymore. To be somebody lights up a cigarette, I got to get out of there. I walk in the morning and I'll see people outside their house on the porch, and I'll be walking around the cul-de-sac. I'll be like, "Oh my God, I smell that smoke. It's terrible. Go back in your house." So yeah, it's amazing how you get.
Where do you get a smoking bar these days?
I
didn't even know those
know.
existed anymore.
I didn't know that existed either. I guess it's in Georgia, apparently.
Must not
Georgia?
Yeah.
A place that serves food in the bar, it's like, they no smoking allowed now.
Yeah, yeah, that's how it is here. You don't really see that. I mean, if you want to go to a place where they're smoking, it's got to be like a casino. A casino they still smoke, at least around here. There are ones that, floors or stuff where they don't, but that's a public place where you can get some of that. But yeah, it doesn't happen that much anymore. All right, let's go to Nate. Nate, what are your thoughts on this one? How do you weigh in on tasting notes?
Yeah, to me, I get like, I'm the same thing with wine. Like, I just I like it. You do all the notes. I'm like, yeah, I got none of it. It's either I like it or I don't. So
Right.
I think this is more balanced. I think you're right. It's more of a,
okay.
Yeah, I think you said it's just easy drinking. Can go over to the rocks or go, straight up, or just a dash of water. I think it's just a more versatile from what I'm, whatever your whims
We'll
are.
put
So.
you on our substitute list. If Mr. Bill can't make it for an event, you can come on, and then you can just say, "I like it."
I know. I was like,
that's
yeah,
his line.
sure.
That's his
good.
line. I like it. Yeah.
My thing.
I know.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
I mean, it's the first one's the only ones I was, oh yeah, I got the vanilla, I get this cherry. Like these ones, I'm like, no, I don't really get that, but I like it.
Yeah.
So,
Easy. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Heck, some of your greatest master distillers will tell you there's none of that taste in there. And it's just, they're either, the thumbs up, thumbs down. Brad likes to say that too. He's a guy, just, that's it. All right, Justine, how about you?
I think that this is like, these three are like the perfect progression. Like it's like A, C, then B. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Like I get a lot of the same things, but it's like A is like foolproof. I mean, I know it's not, but
right.
And
I
then
get what you're saying though.
C is like the perfect amount of water, and then B is like, whoops, I added too much.
Yeah. That's not a bad. You're probably pretty spot on with that, actually. See, there you go. That's why Justine's on the team. Scott F. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I like this one quite a bit. I mean, I can taste a lot more of the flavors, I think, where I was hit hard by the A, and just kind of this sting on the tongue, which I like, but kind of the boldness. But this seemed to kind of have a little less of that. Maybe it's because it's the third coming, but
right.
Where I could really taste a lot of the different flavors, some caramel and maple in there, and I don't know, yeah, some nice, I don't know, a lot of the vanilla too. So I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I feel like I could really get a lot of different notes going on.
Yeah, it's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This one's just right. You feel one is this and the one's that, but then you get the one that's just right. So yeah. Arca, how about you, man?
Yeah, I think this is my favorite now, out of the three. And I kind of felt that progression that Justine was talking about. I think this has just the right amount of kick for me. It's nice and smooth. On a cold day, it's perfect. Whereas B on a warm day is what I would pick. So my kind of ordering went CBA, but definitely like this one a lot. Get all that same spices and kind of feel from it.
Gotcha. All right. Again, we will run through a second time though, so you have to before you lock in. We got to do that. There's a process. Casey, how about you, man?
Yeah, I agree with Justine's notion about a progression. I mean, I buy it. I buy any of these. They're all good for different reasons. I think it's more of a mood thing. This one is, does have that more complexity, like Scott F was saying. You do kind of get those flavors coming through a little bit more. But yeah, it sits right in the middle between A and B.
All right, Ben.
For me, it was. I mean, it's got Old Forester profile, taste profile, but it's like if A and B had a baby, if they blended them together, here's C. And I was like, all right, so it's got a little bit more. It's got a little bit more kick than B, but it's kind of in line with B. So
okay,
yeah, that's where
all right. C is the baby of A and B, apparently. All right, let's go to Brad first before Sally. So he can't just say I agree with Sally. So we're not going to give him that opportunity. Brad, what are your thoughts?
So consensus wise, I agree. This one is in between A and B. I'm looking forward to going back through the second time and see how A compares to this.
Yeah.
It's 90 proof's a hard proof for me. And I don't have a lot of Old Forester experience. I've got a couple 100 proof picks downstairs that are good, and I've liked a lot better than some of the barrel proof picks that have come out recently. But I'm looking forward to the second go through.
Okay. All right, Sally.
I didn't get the mint on the nose, but I definitely got a mint finish in that it was just enough warmth and then a crisp, refreshing finish. Yeah. So I can do this one straight.
Okay.
Neat.
Mr. Whitlatch?
Really like the finish on this one. It's working the sides of my tongue pretty well. And my lips are a little numb too.
Bob's at the happy place right now. Right.
It's nice.
Yeah. I'll skip over Scott C because he said it's loud in the bar and stuff like that. So he's good. So that means I go over to Mr. Bill next. Mr. Bill.
Well, I agree with what everybody has said, that C does taste like it's right in the middle of A and B, but I would want something more unique, so I would go with A, but it's my choice.
A is your leader again, just like everybody else. Though it is your leader right now. We're not voting yet,
right.
So it has that spot. We've even seen Mr. Bill has changed before on the final. So we'll see. Mr. Gascamp.
Yeah, I'm kind of with that same sentiment. A is kind of the leader in the clubhouse, so to speak, but B and C are still on the course. This one's kind of dead nuts. I mean, the only thing I got to see that I didn't like too much is it got a little tanniny, a little dry on the end.
Okay.
I could see where that could come across as mint though too, or kind of that mint or tea or one of those. I was kind of picking up on that, but yeah, other than that, it seems about right down the middle.
Okay, we'll go to Jim and then the Ewalds.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Mike, and I was kind of thinking that B was very on profile. So, it's like the A and C were not, they're a little more in your face, which is kind of, I'm looking for something that's off profile, especially for a barrel pick single barrel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could honestly, I could go with A or C as a drinker. If I had a bottle, it wouldn't last long.
Right.
I guess that's my way of saying, I like it.
Yeah. Without infringing any copyrights, you were able to convey that.
But be careful.
Mr. Bill can send you a letter. He gets the old cease and desist if you use that too much. Be careful. All right, let's try Dave first again, so he doesn't cheat off his wife. It's like when you look off someone's paper next to you. We'll make him go first this time, so he can't cheat. Dave, what are your thoughts?
I like C quite a bit better than B. C's got a bit more going on. I do like that little bit of tanniny mouthfeel in it, and I think there's a little bit more fruitiness to me on C.
Okay.
However, I'm trending towards A. I think A is a little bit richer, bigger, got more going on for me.
Okay, fair enough. Last but not least, to weigh in here on our official check-in will be Adina. Adina, what are your thoughts?
Well, I do like all of them. I mean, there's not a one of them that's a bad bourbon.
There's not a clunker here. No.
No, it's just what is more my taste profile.
Yeah.
Although C is, I got a lot more fruit, like some dried apple, dried almost melony kind of flavor off of that. And then the mint, and then the finish was very dry. I just felt like it was taking my tongue and wringing it out.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So let's put C down, and we're going to go all the way back to A. We're going to start it back at the beginning, and let's talk about this one again. This is more of a group thing. Again, we kind of went through, of course, individually shared tasting notes and stuff like that. For this one, we just want to, throw something out. If you feel like something's changed or something's better or worse, that's the kind of stuff we want. So let's start on the nose.
A's throwing off more butterscotch to me now.
Yeah.
I would say brown sugar.
Brown sugar. Yeah. It's still bold. I'll say that. For sitting in there that long, it still pops out.
Monster nose.
It is monster nose. Yeah. Yeah. And something you could just nose all night long. It's definitely
vanilla cake.
On a banana.
Yeah. It's definitely got that cake thing. It's got the butterscotch and the caramel. It's a dessert.
Yeah. All right, last taste. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. I mean, it's still bold on the taste too. I mean, it's what do we say, kind of spice cake, and because it's definitely got spicy notes. It still sticks with you. Still the biggest finish of any of these. Again, I would think it's at least 100, if not a little bit more, if I had to guess. I would clearly, it's not the same proof as the other ones. I would say if I was knew that they weren't all the same, I would. And you're doing a blind, but
I'm guessing a higher floor in the rip.
I don't get as much heat as I did first time around, but then of course that was the first alcohol I'd had. So
yeah, that's always gonna impact that. Anything else on the taste for the official record here? Anybody got anything they want to put out there? Okay, it's too late to add anything now. The book's been closed. If you try to say something, I'll have to cut you off. I apologize, but
but wait.
You have something incredibly insightful. I'm sorry, Bill.
What was the proof on this?
No, that's Brad's question.
I like it. Well, no, I assume you're going to tell us what the proof is when you,
yes,
disclose them. So
yeah, Brad's famous for asking that. So yes, all 90 proof. So believe it or not, all the same.
Well, right now
it'll be interesting to go to B here. Again, this is one we felt was lesser proof. Let's try this one. So we'll talk about on the nose first. It's definitely the lightest of the three on the nose.
Very
It's
soft.
still
very
light,
chill.
but I feel like it's a little bit more than it was before.
Okay.
I mean, just a tiny bit more.
Yeah. Because I'm getting the vanilla and the brown sugar, but also the fruit.
I'm getting a little smoke off the nose this time.
Okay.
Just a tiny bit.
All right. All right, let's taste this one. See what we got. I mean, it's definitely good. I mean, it's kind of, liquid butterscotch kind of tasting. I mean, it's pudding, maybe. I don't know.
I'm getting less cherry this time around than I did.
it's actually moved way up my list now, only because
It's kind of fiery.
A is so something, and C is something, but this is pleasant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solid.
Oh yeah. Certainly one that could sneak up on you too, because again, it drinks like it's a lower proof. You know, just drink it till you fall off the porch, as they say. Good mint juleps has been okay. We figured we didn't think it was a goo julep, so we figured good was the word there.
You know what I got from the next one? A little bit more buzzed. So excuse the keystrokes.
Good answer.
Absolutely. Anything else from B? Anything else you guys want to say about that one before we?
The banana's really coming out on the finish to me on this one.
Yeah.
I thought the finish improved on it, but it's still not, you know, the finish on A was just much better.
Yeah.
For you know, my palate, you know, I like a finish that lingers and kind of lets you know.
This is kind of sweet on the finish, which again, you know, whereas the other one's spicy on the finish. So yeah, so it depends on what you're looking for, maybe, I guess.
I think it tastes just like the goo julep.
Like it.
He bought your shirt, for God's sakes. He owns a Mr. Bill t-shirt, so yeah, he's a fan.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of goo, this one reminds.
Bedroom talk.
Wow.
I'm out.
The cupcake container where you put the Nilla wafer on the bottom and then the banana pudding on top.
Yeah. I was going to say something like that, Sally. Yeah, you know, I was like, do they know what I'm talking about? When you put that the Nilla wafer with the banana pudding? Yeah, yeah. I didn't know if anybody else did that, so now I know. Oh, yeah, there you go. My mom used to make that. Yeah. Okay, let's close the book on B, and let's grab C. And this is the last one we'll go through. Again, we want to talk about nosing notes, then tasting notes. So that's really good on the nose. I think the nose is even improved. I mean, it's
more and more vanilla.
Yeah, vanilla bomb at this point. Yeah. Okay, let's try it. Let's taste it, see what we got.
Cheers.
I want to do that too.
It's definitely good, but it's not spicy on the finish like it was. I think at the first time, it's definitely lost some of that.
Steve, I took 2 sips on the end there. First sip, no finish. Second sip, I got the finish.
Okay.
So I was thinking the same thing when I
maybe it's still there. Okay.
I was thinking the same thing when I first took a sip. Second time through, I was like, where'd the finish go? And I took another one. I'm like, there it is.
It seems, yeah, a little.
But it still didn't have the finish that A had.
Right. Anything else anybody like to add to C here? Okay. All right. What we're going to do next, I'd like to give you guys just a little bit of free time to do whatever comparisons you need to do. Again, you're making a list 1, 2, and 3. Which one is your favorite? Would be number 1, number 2, second favorite, 3, third favorite. You need to rank them, and I'll have you share that in just a minute here. But I'll give you just a little bit of time to do side by sides, whatever you need to do. Nothing we're leading.
Well, bottom line is, I'd buy any of them and be happy drinking them. So.
Okay. Whatever anybody else doesn't want, Jim will take, or Casey. So. Well. Fair enough. Guys, a little bit of time where I don't talk. It's very helpful when I quit talking and give you complete silence to do your homework, make your list.
Is that what Amy said?
Yes. AKA the warden. Yes. Does anybody need more time? I think going through twice with only 3, it's pretty easy to rank them. Okay. What I'll do next is I'll switch over to our spreadsheet. That means I can't see you guys. I'm actually working in a spreadsheet. Close this window down, working on that. It's not a problem. If you need to get a hold of me, you can't put anything in chat or wave. I won't see you, but you can certainly call out. So if there's for some reason you need to let me know anything, just do it that way. I'll go in the order that you are on the spreadsheet here. I don't know what order this is, but this is the order that was sent to me by Eventbrite. So Sally, that means you are first. What was your favorite, second favorite, third favorite? What's your ranking here?
I'm gonna vote B.
Okay.
C.
Okay.
A.
Okay. Brad?
I will vote A, C, B.
Well, you two are just right on together. I mean, just in sync there. No, you didn't. You were opposites on that.
Yep.
But, see, you were in unison. You both like that second best. All right. Next up is John. John G.
Yep, I gotta go ACB.
A, C, B. Okay.
Go big or go home.
Absolutely. Scott F.
I changed my ordering after on the second round. I don't know. I felt like B was the most interesting, so I went B, AC. I couldn't, but I don't know. I haven't done a lot of bourbon tasting, so it might be
Okay.
just being last. C fell out.
Okay, fair enough. Whatever the process is, it's yours. So again, no wrong answers here. No matter how wrong we think they are. No, I'm kidding. We don't gotta think about that at all.
Gotta own it, Scott.
Gotta own it. All right, Arca, you're next.
I'll take it.
I'm sticking with my CBA.
B was B first?
No, C.
C. Okay. CBA. Gotcha. Nate.
I'm ACB.
AC. Man, this is all over the place.
I know.
Yeah, see what's going on here? This is whoa, man, this one's
It's like you said for wine, there's no wrong answer. It's all personal choice.
Yeah, it's all personal choice. Despite that, usually there's a trend. There's one that's a favorite, then maybe you're fighting it out for a second. But this one, anyone can win this thing right now. We're less than halfway through, and it's up for grabs. Mike, you're next, Mr. Gascamp.
Alpha Charlie Bravo.
Alpha Charlie Bravo. Okay. All right. Scott and Lisa, I don't know if you can open up the mics or you want to type it in and someone could read it to me.
They dropped out.
They dropped out.
It's just in the chat, Steve.
Okay. Oh, did they put it in the chat?
Yeah, he posted what his favorite was, but he didn't rate all of them.
Okay.
He put A first, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, B was last.
Yeah, I think we're just going to skip that because you got to have all three because we do get points for second and third place. And I hate to do that. I mean, their vote should count, but again, they're not here. So I don't see how we can count that. So Mr. Whitlatch, you're next.
B, C, A.
B, C, A. All right, Jim.
I went ACB. It was the finish that kind of went out. The fact that the finish on A really held up, through both pours. I'd be happy drinking any one of the three though on any given night, but tonight it's ACB.
Okay, fair enough. Casey.
I was ACB, but then I did B and C side by side, and I'm going to go ABC.
ABC. Okay. Mr. Bill.
Well, half of you are right. Alpha Charlie Bravo.
Alpha Charlie Bravo. Okay, Adina.
I am also going to go with ACB.
Okay, now we're starting to trend a little bit here. Anything could still actually happen depending on how the final votes go here, but we're down to 3 people to vote. Dave, you being one of those.
I'm also in the Alpha Charlie Bravo camp, and then I threw a D in, and that totally screwed it up. But I'm not going to talk about that.
All right, fair enough.
That's the after show.
That's the after show.
That's the after show. Yeah, we'll save that for the after show.
Alpha Charlie Bravo.
Okay, Ben, you're next.
After round one, I was in that mindset, ACB, but after round two, I'm CAB. I like the C after round two. Opened up.
Okay, fair enough. And last but not least is our very own Justine Mays.
ACB.
ACB. Did I miss anyone? I don't think I did, but okay. All right. All right. Let me write this down because I like not being in the spreadsheet and being back in front of the group as we do this here. Okay. We do have a clear-cut winner and no ties. So we do have a first, second, and third. All right. Again, very close. I think it's a testament and a good thing for our friends at Brown Forman. They're putting out a good product, and all of them got votes, which is very cool. So yeah, that's not always the case when we do these things. Like I said, sometimes one's a runaway and then one's a runaway at the bottom. This was not the case. All of them had votes for being favorites. So in third place was the Liquor Barn pick with 23 points. Liquor Barn pick garnered 23 points in our scoring system. In second place,
what letter was that?
B.
B. Okay.
B was Liquor Barn. B.
Okay.
In second place was C with 30 points. That was the Select Six pick. Select Six. And in first place, I am your champion with part of the team, the Heidi B-Day pick with 37 points. That is your winner. Now, that being said, we had Jackie Zykan as pulling our barrels. So anytime you can get on one of those and Jackie's pulling the barrels, she knows what barrels to get. So I feel like we, kind of a loaded thing there a little bit. You stack the deck when you get Jackie. And I've been there, and she doesn't really do that anymore, but that was one that she did. And yeah, that was one of my favorite days in my bourbon world. So yeah, Jackie pulling barrels and then even getting some extra barrels pulled down. And then this is the one that we picked, and I'm glad you guys liked it. It holds up. So yeah, very cool. Very cool. Well, there you go. That is our Old Forester pick. What do you guys think? Did we get it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, I might need a second round of samples. So
I'll see what I can do. Yeah.
I was gonna say I guessed right, so I assume the samples are in the mail, right?
Right. Yes. Yeah. It's like
While you're at it, send an extra age in there too. That new one.
Just everybody that had A first got a little note saying Steve picked this barrel.
Can I get a 117 as well?
Yeah. I wish. I wish.
You're a good man, Steve.
Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, good stuff. And that's it. That's it. Our champion was the Total Wine Heidi's birthday pick. So very good and fun stuff. I'm getting near the end of my barrel picks, especially I had so many of them for a while with being on the Total Wine thing, but getting towards the end of the stock. So if anybody's needing a barrel picker, I'm good. All right. Thanks, guys. That's going to wrap this one up. I will say goodbye for now. This is turning it off just for the people that are at home watching this. I'll stick around to answer any questions, chat, whatever you'd like to do, but bye for now.